Hello. So this summer has kind of sucked for outdoor things because of rain, lots of rain. I mean, we usually get, I think they said like 9 to 10 inches for the summertime, and we've gotten, maybe it was 19. I think it was 19, and we gotten 36 this year. We just had major flooding down near my house along the Schuylkill River this past weekend. Put a real damper on getting out and doing things, fishing. Fishing has just been hectic, especially since all the lakes and stuff around here are stream and river fed, so it's just been nothing but chocolate milk. So today I am going to be riding along the Tupahawken Creek. I'm in the Rebers Bridge parking lot outside of Leesport. So I'm going to be riding from here up to the Berks Heritage Center, and then up to Grings Mill, and then back again. So there's a lot of cool historical things. The Union Canal ran along the other side of the Tupahawken Creek, so there's an old lock and stuff like that we'll check out. So that's the plan for this afternoon, since it's the first sunny day to get out. If you like this video, check out the other ones I do. I'm going to be doing a lot more come fall and winter time. That's my hiking season, so I'll be posting a lot more then. So enjoy. So the Tupahawken is up pretty high. This is the rail trail we're going along, or not rail trail, trail we're going along. It's pretty cool. They have these little historical markers from time to time with QR codes on them that when you tag them, it'll tell you a little bit of the history of the place. So this is just getting started, getting off of Rebers Mill Road up there. So yeah, water's definitely up and moving though. So this is the trail on that side. That little ditch right there used to be the Union Canal. On the other side is the Tupahawken Creek. So this runs all this way from where I stopped all the way into Redding. This is one of the last standing locks on the Union Canal. It's lock 47. You can see the lock doors here, and then the ones further up. Canal boats would come in there, the doors would close and change the elevation to allow it to flow further down the lock. Right now it's just full of green. But it's pretty cool to see one of these things still pretty much in good shape. It's full of frogs. Just heard him frog bark. So off we go. Here's the lock from the other side. You can see where the lock doors came, like the pins and stuff for the lock doors came across. So there's a foundation under here somewhere, but this was the site of the lock tender's house for lock 48E. So the little stone foundation here used to be a lock tender's house right next to the Tupahawken Creek. Our next stop is the Berks County Heritage Center, and this is a disselfink. So disselfink is a Pennsylvania Dutch bird that you'll see on a lot of like the hex signs and Pennsylvania Dutch artwork. It was made by a man named Ramon Lago, who was a Cuban refugee that came to the United States 50 years ago. Moved to Redding, loved Redding because he said it reminded him a lot of Cuba. He made this and a turtle down at Grings Mill that he called Tully the Turtle after Tupahawken Creek. He absolutely loved the area. He unfortunately died in May of this year. So if you get a chance, come check it out. It's really cool artwork. Also at the Berks historical area down here, they have the Gruber Wagon Works. So that building was built in 1882. It was a wagon manufactory. 1972 they dismantled it. It used to be in Mount Pleasant, and they dismantled it and they brought it here to preserve it historically, because it's one of the best examples of a wagon manufacturer that you can see around. So it's a beautiful building. Ugly yellow. But it's a cool looking building. This is Wentz's covered bridge. Take you in here and check it out. This is in that Berks historical area too. We have a couple covered bridges around, but I think this is one of the biggest that I know of, and it's one of the most well put together. You see all the woodwork and the huge beams. It's a really cool structure that you can see through the floor. Neat stuff. Here you can get a better look at the outside of Winstons covered bridge. This huge structure. It's a walking pick. Well, there's the Rebers farm at the Heritage Center, and unfortunately it looks like I'm not going to be able to go down any further. I'm going to go see if I can get down to the cemetery, show you the cemetery, but I guess I'm not going to go down to Grings today. I'll probably drive over there just to show you what it's about, so then we can go check out Tully the turtle. So we'll check it out. So at the far end of the Berks Historical Society or Heritage Center property is the DEP Cemetery. So the DEP Cemetery was a cemetery that was actually in Tulpehocken Township till about 1978, because in 1978 the area where it was turned into a man-made lake called Blue Marsh. So they excavated all the graves and they brought them out here. This used to be a DEP family plot, and one of the things with this cemetery is that there is a big group of unknown burials. So if you look right there, so what the unknown burials are is more than likely a group of Irish immigrants that were used to dig the Union Canal, is what they think. So a lot of these old gravestones are in German. So like Geboren and born. So it's Johann Himmling. Probably can read it better. So that's a gravestone from the 1840s. So it's pretty cool that they preserved this. Otherwise, you know, it would have been underwater. So yeah, this was only put here in 1978. Another cool thing to come check out. If you know a little bit of German, some of the gravestones, you know, check out the gravestones. A lot of the area was a lot of German immigrants. Huge amount of German immigrants. So a lot of these graves are in German. There's Daniel Deppen, 1801. Lots of unknowns. This is the Heritage Center that's usually open during the weekends, weekdays. The bathrooms are here. Like has a museum and stuff in it. Down here, something pretty cool. They actually have a houseboat named Mildred. This is Mildred. So it was built in 1887 at the Heaster Boatyard in Reading. So in 1912 it was a coal scow, so it was a barge that helped deliver coal up and down the Schuylkill River. So in 1912, it was converted to a houseboat. After the canals kind of came useless. So they put it here. There's Mildred. Like 3 little rooms. So I'm glad I stopped when I did, because the rear sprocket of my bike is broke. I'm about 3 1/4 miles away from the vehicle. So it's just kind of hanging on there. So I got 1 gear. I'm hoping to make it back to the van and not have to walk. Pushing a bike would be a pain in the rear. But all I heard it clank. And yeah, that's about it. Well, I made it to underneath the road to nowhere, and then my chain came off again. So gonna fix this again. Still got 2.5 miles to go. See, if you look, what's happening is they're barely all hanging on in there because the lowest gear broke. I think it actually fell off now. Oh no, there it is. It's just kind of hanging under there. So all these are loose, barely hanging on. So I ride for a bit, and then the chain comes off. So back on. Yeah, before we get this time. Even though I'm pedaling like a madman in my 1 gear, it's still a nice ride. Still grateful that I don't have to walk this. I mean, I would, but pushing a bike, not fun. So we're almost back at the van. So I made it back to Rebers Mill Road, the parking lot, Rebers Mill Road. Glad the bike made it. Got a little bit more exercise that I wanted to, since that gear that I was in was like the hill climbing gear. But hey, it works. So I went 5.5 miles round trip. Didn't quite make it to Grings Mill because the path was closed, but hope I showed you some cool stuff before my bike went kablooey. So if you want to check this out, check some other like hiking videos that I've done. Biking might be a little bit, delayed for a while until I get my bike fixed. But it is becoming fall, so that means it's hiking season soon for me. So if you like, subscribe, check out my other videos. See ya!